All right, everybody, what is going on? So yesterday there was a major trade that occurred yesterday. Finally, Jimmy Butler got traded, and he got traded to the Miami Heat. This was a five-team trade with the Golden State Warriors sending a couple of players to different teams, with Andrew Wiggins getting sent to the Miami Heat, Dennis Schroeder getting sent to the Utah Jazz, and Kyle Anderson was supposed to be sent to the Raptors, but I think he's not being sent to the Heat. The reason why there's five teams involved is because they want to make sure the money works out. So that's the reason why five teams had to facilitate it. But yeah, finally, Jimmy Butler got traded to the Miami Heat to the Golden State Warriors. Wow, this is crazy. I mean, at least now, even though the Miami Heat did not get much in return, like they got some stuff. Like they got also the top 10 protected pick for this year from the Golden State Warriors. And if that's at least something, like if what happens that if that doesn't convey this year, it's gonna go to next year, and if that doesn't convey either next year, it's gonna go to 2027, and from there, that's an unprotected pick for 2027. So that means that this is at least the Miami Heat got something. Now for the Warriors, I think this would definitely be a good fit. Now, will they win a championship with it? That's where the big question is, because anything can occur. Jimmy Butler is getting up there in age. If this was like 8 years ago, or like 5 years or 6 years ago, it probably would have been a more different story, considering they were more younger, and like it would have been like we would have been they would have been able the whole team would have been able to like do even better, because considering now they're up there in age, they're in their 30s, so it's like it's really going to be very dependent to see how it works, because Jimmy Butler, he's still good. It's just that obviously he's getting older, and like he's very good on defense. Offense, he's not bad. It's just that he's not a floor spacer like Draymond Green. But still, I think this will be definitely a good one for the Warriors, considering they needed a second star next to Steph Curry, considering he was doing a lot of carrying, and like this Warriors season was not going the best after they start off the season 12-3. So it's like they want to find something that can at least help their team around. And plus, they didn't have to give up some of their younger players like Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Trace Jackson Davis, and Brandon Podjemski. So at least I feel like this is a not terrible trade for the Warriors. And for the Heat, at least they got something off. Even if they didn't get much, even if they didn't look too much, it's like at least something in value. Because I think at least the team will at least like they're off of Jimmy Butler, so like that drama is all done with and all that. Because if they had not traded Jimmy Butler, like he would have been suspended probably for the rest of the season. So at least they got that drama done with. Now, like earlier today, like around midnight, the Toronto Raptors traded for Brandon Ingram. Wow, this is a very interesting trade. I think it's a good trade for both teams. Like it's not like going to move the needle, considering like both these teams are not in contending status. Like the Pelicans are like very banged up, and they're pretty much going to probably go for the lottery. Meanwhile, the Raptors, they're rebuilding, and like they're trying to see what they can do to like get back into contention. But I feel like this is not a bad trade for the Raptors. So like they gave up the Raptors sent Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, and a 2026 Indiana Pacers first round pick, and another second round pick as well to the Pelicans. So at least it wasn't their pick. So, but still, at least like this is a very interesting trade in my opinion, because at least the Raptors got something like a former All Star, and yes, he's probably not a good defense. He's not that much of a floor spacer, considering he's a mid range shooter, but like he's not a terrible player. It's just they're gonna be like the floor spacing is gonna be maybe one of the bigger questions, considering like him, Scotty Barnes, and one of the other players, Jakob Porto, they're not floor spacers as much, but like defensively wise, at least it'll be fine, because Brandon Ingram's not he's not much of a defender. At least like Jakob Porto, Scotty Barnes, like they're at least solid on that end. So like they'll at least be good on the defense. Just offense might be the question, but I think this will be a good trade. It's like somewhat like a medium to low risk kind of trade. And for the Pelicans, I think Bruce Brown might get bought out, considering the fact that he wants to go to a contender, and like seeing his value as like a player who helped contribute to a title team in 2023. So like I feel like he would definitely probably get brought out, and he'll go to a contending team. But yeah, I thought it was not a terrible trade, considering the Pelicans were thinking of going fire sale and like trying to trade off all their players, considering like what their ceiling is and what happened this year and all that. So like they just wanted to like go on that route, and considering Brandon Ingram's like a free agent this season, so like that's why they wanted to like go on this route. All right, wow, another trade occurred around the same time. The the Lakers are getting Mark Williams from the Charlotte Hornets, and the Charlotte Hornets are getting Dalton Connect, Cam Reddish, and two first round picks. One of them is a 2030 unprotected first round pick, and the other one is some pick swap from 2030. But I think it's a good trade for both teams because the Lakers need a center desperately. Like they need a good center, considering the fact that they traded off Anthony Davis to get Luka Doncic. So I think this will be definitely a good addition for them, considering like Mark Williams, he's a very good rebounder, and like he's been injured for the past few years, but like when he's playing, he's actually a very good center. I think he can definitely be very good with LeBron James and Luka Doncic. It's just that injuries are the only thing that hinder him, and plus he's not a floor spacer, so like that's the thing with him. But he at least will. I'm sure he'll at least thrive with the Lakers, and he'll be catching lobs from Luka Doncic and LeBron James. So that would definitely be something that benefits his game. So like that would definitely be a plus for him. Now, Dalton Connect, he was very good on the Lakers. Like he was averaging 9 points per game, but like he was very good uh player for the Lakers. And like JJ Redick really liked his player. And this is one of his favorite players. But like yeah, with him getting traded now, he's gonna at least have more opportunity in the Charlotte Hornets. And even though they're probably not gonna make the playoffs, he's at least going to be like he's gonna have all the green light to like play around and see how well he does, and he'll probably grow from here. Considering they're rebuilding and all that, so like I'm sure he'll have his chance to like do how well he can. So like I'm sure he's gonna definitely increase his scoring and whatnot. But yeah, I'm sure. Like I think this is like a both. This is a great trade for the Lakers and the Hornets. Now the Hornets have more. They definitely have more picks on their disposal now, considering that they got a lot of picks from like all these trades from these past few years. But like yeah, they definitely have a lot of picks now. So now the question is, will they plan on rebuilding with LaMelo Ball, or are they gonna like trade him and get a lot of picks so that they can go into another rebuild? Considering that they've been rebuilding for some time, and like they've not made the playoffs in like nearly a decade. So that's the huge question right there. But overall, I think this is a great trade for both teams. The now the Cavs, they traded DeAndre Hunter today, like about an hour ago. They traded for DeAndre Hunter, and the Hawks got Georges Niang and Karis LeVert and some first round picks. But yeah, this trade is going to definitely bolster the Cavs. They have already been doing great this season so far. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they're already the first seed, but even still, they're doing very well. Like they are literally like on top of it. Like this is going to be already another fire punch they're going to have like to them, and like, I'm sure it's going to be a huge upgrade considering the fact that so far this year, DeAndre Hunter has been averaging 18 to 19 points per game. But yeah, he's been a very good six man for the team while he was playing. But yeah, he's definitely been doing very well. He was injury prone the first few years of his career, but he's at least a very solid player, and like he's good at scoring. So like he'll definitely be a huge boost for the team. But yeah, it's definitely going to benefit the Cavs for sure. Now for the Hawks, I think it's not a terrible trade. At least they get Karis LeVert, who's a veteran, and Georges Niang is another veteran too. He has the most wins totals like since the 2020s, even though he's not made a conference finals. But I don't think it's a terrible trade at all. I think it's solid for the Cavs, for the Hawks, and for the Cavs, it's definitely a huge punch. I think he's going to be definitely a good addition for that team. Oh yeah, and yeah, overall, these trades have been very interesting. This 2025 NBA trade deadline has been so interesting. Like there's so like all these blockbuster big trades have happened. Like Luka Doncic getting traded, Jimmy Butler getting traded, Chris Middleton getting traded, and De'Aaron Fox getting traded, Mark Williams getting traded, Brandon Ingram getting traded, DeAndre Hunter getting traded. Like this NBA trade deadline has got to be one of the most active trade deadlines I have ever seen as an NBA fan. And I'll see, and we're gonna watch out and see if there's more trades that come up, because like the NBA trade deadline is gonna close out in a bit. But yeah, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.